Hi guys, I am going to start reading from our Unit 4, Ancient Rome. I'm going to read from the reader and you guys can follow along with your worksheets we send home. So I'm going to start on 2.4. If you go get your red folder and you'll see 2.4, go get that. It is page 21 and 22, The Legend of Romulus and Remus. You're going to start reading right here. Remember, I have the pictures in the reader. You don't, so you can follow along. But pay special attention to these bold print words. Those are text features that are very important. So they're going to be important words. And you don't have a glossary because you just have the page. But if you're at school and you have your reader, you can always go to the glossary in the back. And you can look up what those bold print words mean. So what is the definition? All right. So I'm going to go to my table of contents, and I'm going to find the chapter titled The Legend of Romulus and Remus, and that is right here, chapter 2, The Legend of Romulus and Remus, and that is on page 10. Go to page 10. There it is, The Legend of Romulus and Remus. This is Mrs. Teachwell's report. We've talked about that in class. So let's read, follow along. On 2.4, well, I read from the book, and I will show you the pictures over here, and read the captions. Ready? We learned last time that Rome started as a small town and grew to become a big city. Then it grew some more until it became a great empire. That's what historians tell us. Put your finger where it says the Romans and follow along. Make sure you're reading along with me. The Romans themselves have a story about how their city got started that they like to tell. They say that Rome was founded by twins who had been saved by a wolf. The twins were named Romulus and Remus. They were the children of a woman named Silvia and the god Mars. Their mother loved them, but her brother, the king of Latium, did not. He saw the boys as a threat. He thought they might grow up and take his crown from him. The king told one of his servants to find the twins and drown them in the Tiber River. And the caption says, the king of Latium told one of his servants to drown Romulus and Remus. And remember, I might say these places and names wrong. I have never been to Rome. So if I'm wrong, if you see me, feel free to correct me. There you go. Put your finger where it says the servant found the twins. You are going to be about halfway down right here. The servant found the twins, but he could not bring himself to drown them. Instead, he put the boys in a basket. Then he set the basket in the river. The basket floated downstream. It drifted and drifted until, at last, it washed up on the banks of the river. A she-wolf found the twins. She saw that they were hungry. She took them to her cave. There, she gave them the same milk she fed to her wolf pups. It says the servant set the twins in a basket, which he put in the Tiber River. There you go. Later, the twins were adopted by a shepherd. The shepherd raised them well. They grew up to be smart and strong. I'm at where it says when they were 18. You're at the very bottom of your page right here. When they were 18. Let's see if I can show you. When they were 18, Romulus and Remus decided to create a city of their own. They wanted to build a city on the banks of the Tiber, somewhere among the 7 hills, not far from where they had washed ashore as babies. It says Romulus and Remus were saved by a kind she-wolf and later raised by a shepherd. You are on the back side of 2.4, up here where it says soon, however. Soon, however, the brothers began to fight. Let's build our city here, said Romulus, pointing to a hill. No, said Remus. This hill over here is a much better spot. So Romulus and Remus argued about where to build their city. So each brother started building his own city on a different hill. Each knew that it would be important to have a strong wall to protect the city he was building. After a few days, Remus decided to visit Romulus to see how his city was coming along. It takes a long time to build a city, so Remus did not expect Romulus's city to be finished. He decided, however, to taunt his brother and make fun of his unfinished wall. "You call that a wall," he said. "That wall would not keep anyone out." Then, to make his point, he stepped over the wall. That made Romulus angry. He and Remus started to fight. No longer remembering that they were fighting one another, Romulus and Remus battled with all their might. Suddenly, Remus collapsed, fell to the ground, and died. When Romulus saw what he had done, he began to cry. He had not wished to kill his brother. He dug a grave for Remus. Romulus went on building his city. He named it Rome after himself. The rest, as they say, is history. Rome grew and grew. It became a great city, the center of a mighty empire. This says Remus taunts Romulus and steps over his wall. So if he is taunting him, he's picking on him. The government of Rome made coins. The coins showed two young boys reaching up to touch a she-wolf. The people of Rome handed these coins back and forth. They used them to buy food and drinks. They used them to pay bills and buy clothing. And all of them knew who the two boys on the coin were. They were Romulus and Remus, the legendary founders of Rome. This says an ancient Roman coin showing Romulus and Remus with the she-wolf. And that is the end of that chapter. See ya.